Francis in a funeral mass in the Vatican's St. Peter's Square that was crowded with the faithful. Heads of state from around the world, including President Trump and former President Biden, were in attendance. The pontiff was then carried to his final resting place, the Basilica of St. Mary Major outside Vatican City. NBC's Alice Barr has more from Rome.
Good evening. It was a beautiful day to say goodbye here in Rome to Pope Francis as hundreds of thousands crowded into St. Peter's Square behind me and along the route of a remarkable procession through the streets of Rome, passing landmarks like the Colosseum in this city where the ancient and the modern mix, fitting for a pope who sought to move the rites and traditions of the Catholic Church into the modern world to make the faith more accessible to people. Remembered throughout his funeral for his outreach to the poor and disenfranchised and his vision for a church capable of bending down to every person that engaged so many around the world.
His love for the poor was really beautiful, and his just immense humility as a pope.
The compassion, the peace, love, and joy that he gave to everyone in the world was just amazing.
He was also a pope who engaged in global society and to the end pushed for peace, especially in Ukraine, likely inspiring this surprising moment today when President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky sat down together inside St. Peter's Basilica for brief talks on ending Russia's war on Ukraine. Never afraid to break tradition, Pope Francis did so again today, with that procession leading to his final resting place outside the Vatican walls for the first time in more than a century. The Pope's chosen resting place, the Basilica of St. Mary Major, where he so often came to pray, and where the cardinals are set to pray tomorrow over the simple marker he selected as they prepare to decide on his successor in their upcoming conclave. At the Vatican, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And soon the cardinals will come together at the Vatican for the conclave, where they will all be sequestered until a two-thirds majority agrees on the next pope. Now, we don't know exactly when that will start, but it will be sometime after May 6th. But once it starts, it will likely wrap up pretty quickly. In modern history, it's only taken a few days to name a successor.